Alright guys, let's continue to TryHackMe's exploiting active directory. You know, we are getting an active directory for task 4. So now we are hacking TryHackMe server 1 and distributors at TryHackMe.log. We got it before in ARM ratings rooms, and now we hack TryHackMe work 1 is over there. So if you want to be checked, the flag is over here. You just have to be using like that eval windows rm-i and giving here the TryHackMe's. I'm just gonna show you guys TryHackMe server 1 IP address and -u. We got it before, if you remember. We got in here the username and username's NTLM hash of password. So you have to be giving here -u is equal to server admin, and for dash hash, that means our dash hash is that NTLM hash. We have to be login with this and then just give this NTLM hash of password. So now you're on the logins administrator administrator PowerShell. We got in here. I'm just gonna be say here to looking for another things. I'm just gonna say ls, but it's gonna not gonna working. We just have to be go back to here and looking for desktop. I think I'm just gonna be looking at it. So if you got the desktop is over there, I'm just gonna say, alright, let me go one more time to back and then say here. Yeah, it's giving us actually asking administrators a desktop and the flag is over there. So we have to be go there for getting flag. I'm just gonna say dear here. Alright, it's time to be go. I think some desktop is over there. So I'm gonna be using here desktop. Let me go desktop. Yes, like that. I'm saying dear here. Yes, there's a flag 3 is txt. It's asking flag 3 txt, right? So just have to be come over here and more flag 3 txt for reading in it. Flag 3 dot txt. Yep, like that. Alright, this is our the printer machine hacking, exploiting, and automated relays. That means we got hacking here machines for the printer, and which admins can use printer is over here. So now I think we can go exploiting active directory user here, and then exploiting active directory is something like that. We just have to be using here this Trojan and a malicious file to getting some hacking with users, and it's could be defined to us, but I'm just gonna show you guys to explain detailed how can we are creating the files, and then how can we edit indexes and into it, and how is it gonna be working on the server. So okay, we are cutting quit for weight and exploitation. Up this point we have full administrator access workstation and servers. Yeah, that's right. Now actually we are on this administrator shell we got in here. There's another credential we got in here, if you remember. For example, we gotta go there for tier 2 admins desktop for example is here Carolina Dabson. So okay, now it's fine to, I think, is working with administrator PowerShell is over here, and then maybe we have to be changing it with this credential username and password directly. So users and user behavior. The factory, the feature will only 2 employees, a human and dog. The human will be there to feed the dogs. The dog will be there to bite of human if they try to touch something. Very in balance. Users are unfortunately often the weakest link in security chain. Just thinking about the weak password and bad habits such as granting overly permissive permission. It will be ignored the ineffective overlooked is the attack surface. While it's good to build a proper enumeration attack methodology against active directory users, in this stack we will focus on 2 elements: credential management and keylogging. Okay? How users stores their credential in active directory. This is quite important since user may have multiple sets of credentials, and remembering all of them can be hassle. And keylogging. Often during exploitation, we need to understand how normal users interact with the system. Together with sequence graphs, keylogging can be a useful tool gain its understanding from attacker perspective. Alright. Hunting for credential. Now that we have compromised TryHackMe server 1, we should probably look around, see if there's any useful information. Have a look at those user directories and see if there is some useful information, if any of them. Your enrichment efforts should lead you to the KeyDBX file. Okay, we have to be looking here the KeyDBX file. Lead you to KeyDBX file. A quick Google should confirm a suspicion that a file is indeed very valuable. We can use meterpreters download command to recover this file. So I have to go here to ChatGPT, and we actually using here meterpreter. This is a good news to me because I love using meterpreter because it's too easy to using if you know the same commands. And then the file seems to be credential database. The issue, however, is database encrypted with a password. So we should attempt to crack the password. But anyone who uses credential database usually has to save it to make sure internal password is secure. We may more success seeing how the user interacts with database. So system is sometimes too privileged. Meterpreter has a built-in keylogger. Okay, and then this will be useful extracting user keystrokes. However, we can just start this keylogger and hope for the best since our shell is currently running the system context. System won't be typing the keystroke, so this will help us to capture correct user credential. We will need to be ensure that our shell is running the context of the user. Fortunately, meterpreter provides with a migrate feature and since of running system. We should able to migrate and process you have remote code execution TryHackMe server 1. Use this to get meterpreter shell. If you need the resubs using meter and Metasploit, here's a module on its use. Okay. And module Metasploit. Okay, we got it before, I think. Yes. So, however, for a quick rundown, you can use following command: generate PowerShell meterpreter payload is like that. So you can actually looking here for using Metasploit, but I just not wanna be using this now because we're on this exploiting active directory room. So this is us giving us this PowerShell meterpreter payloads like that. So alright, so I think it's time to go to my documents to. I'm just gonna say ls. Alright, exploit is over there. Then yep, exploit, and now you can actually using here MSF Venom for creating malicious file, and or this target system is using just Windows and x64 architecture. Yeah, like that. A meterpreter using servers TCP is over there. So now we have to be going here lhost. This lhost will be equal to us exploitation active directory IP addresses. So I'm just gonna say here ifconfig, and then come over here and yep, exploiting active directories IP addresses that are here. Here we go. So now we can paste it, and you have to be use your exploiting active directory IP addresses. For L port, you can give what you want to give. I'm just gonna give here 4444. For this is a listening port, maybe we have to be using meterpreter payload listener or anchor listener. So our file executed will be PowerShell, and that's the name of the file name gonna be shell.powershell1. So it's giving us this PowerShell meterpreter payload. Is good quick rundown is something like that. Alright, let me check it. Yeah, there is an or this payload meterpreter file, and this is malicious file. is giving us the listener and getting shell or something like that. So here we have to be go MSF console now. Alright, I'm just gonna go here MSF console, and then I'm waiting for starting. Yep. Now we have to be using here exploit multi-handler. Use exploit multi-handler. So that's fine. So we have to be setting here the payload. I'm just gonna say set payload to Windows x64 meter preter reverse TCP, and for it's gonna say the enter. Now is payload is equal this. Now I'm just gonna show you guys show options and what we are doing here. So there's an I'm giving us lhost if you're looking like that. So I'm just gonna give this as hat lhost like that for giving here your actually to your exploiting Active Directory IP addresses, and the lhost now is equal this. Let me check it, for example, on with show options. So is lhost is equal that, and you have to be giving this L port on which you port is giving this on this Trojan file, on the malicious file is over here. Now we are settings in L port and listening port, and now we have can say exploit just it's giving us a listener. Now start the reverse TCP handler on this port, on this IP addresses on this port. So now it's running. So that's right. So okay guy, you can host your interpreting using Python web server, then copy something like that. Once you have interpreter shell, you can continue the first step, see if the user have any running process on this machine. Okay. Alright. Now you can host your interpreter shell using Python web server. Copy is using something like that. Alright. So that means that we have to be transferring this file to on our Windows system. And how is it possible? You can ask your ChatGPT, or the first one you can use Ramina with like that. Just go here. No man. Yes, okay, cool. Now the first one you can use Ramona, and the second one you have to be giving here the new value attribute new value with like this. So I'm just gonna show you guys. It could be to equal. Alright, not like that. So where is it? Yep, like that. Added. Yeah, you have to be attribute with value $sign VC is giving here new object to net in web clean. So the other things you have to be giving this value attribute what you're doing before, and stolen file giving your HTTP and your exploiting Active Directory IP addresses here, and your actually here you're giving here the what we're doing is PowerShell this with using MSF Windows malicious file here, and then give it this one more time. So I think it's time to be running. If you're running this, you get in here to shell with meterpreter. So I think that was so fine to us. Now we got the shell, and that means that we hacked the machine. But the first of all we have to be doing here looking for Explorer. The first step is see if the user have a running process on this machine. Once you have a meterpreter shell, you can continue to the first step. So if the user have any running process on this machine, but how can we are looking for? Just come over to or meterpreter and say here PowerShell, and then grab for just I'm just looking for Explorer Explorer. Yep, like that. No, it's not gonna be. No matching process were found. Alright. I can say dear here, what we're gonna add. No, it's not gonna be working. Okay, now if you don't see an Explorer.exe file process the trigger local user. You can start process yourself by performing following steps. Reset the password for travel locally using following this command. Well, how come you're doing it? Not user for travel locale. You have to be doing in the meter computer. We're gonna get in here travel locale. If I'm gonna say here on that, what it's giving to me. And for new password, net user. I'm just gonna give here. So the command completed successfully. Now it's time to go here. TryHackMe server 1. Alright. Go to login for PowerShell. We're just gonna be run this. And then choosing password here. Do it one more time. Just S1, 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna give. Yes. Then shut down. -R. Alright, now time to be doing one more time. No matching process were found here. There is no Explorer.exe file. Once the server back online, you should see Explorer process is here. So am I gonna be wrong? I'm gonna be writing here wrong. No, it's not. So now let me say the here there. So I think we can exit. Yes. Now I think it's time to be connected again. Yes. Let's say last in documents. So now that's cool. You can actually exit to on or I'm just gonna save here exploit. Now starting the listener to us. Then we can using here one more time to this. Alright. And then it's time to be run this. PowerShell 1 file. Yep. Alright, we have to be getting the shell here. Let me waiting. So it could be getting the shell to us to here, but I wanna be say guys to for travel local. Yes, we getting the shell here. Now it's PowerShell the grip. Yes, okay. We're getting here Explorer.exe file is over there. So this is MPID. You have to be checking for on this Explorer.exe looking PID's number. Why we are doing it? Because we have to be getting PIDs on our service. So I'm just gonna say here migrate to PIDs is equal to 38 and then 12, right? So I'm just gonna say majorate on my machine, and time to getting. So that's really cool, guy. Alright, majoration completed successfully. So let me check it. There's nothing. So alright, anyway, here you go. Just we have to be looking here, get UID for looking for users. Server username is we are on this Trevor local this desktop. No, it's the next Trevor local desktop. It's Trevor local terminal is over here, and then the for we can now case can start for this is giving us this keylogger here. Case can start. This actual case can under the start is giving us the starting for keylogger, guy. I'm just gonna say starting case stalker sniffer is over here, if you can check it like that. And then now we have patient and wait. If you are lucky, we will capture some credential. Give it couple of times, and then run following dump to capture case stalks like that in either. So this is straight for example for Active Directory users. Alright, let me try this. Dumping captured keystrokes. Now we have to be waiting couple of time, I think. So try this one more time. Dumping captured keystroke. So okay. This is straightforward example of targeting Active Directory user. There's a lot of more that can be done. It essentially includes user targeting exploitation methodology for Active Directory. To answer question for this task, you will need KeyPass. It has installed attack box for you. You can just search for and run the application. If you're using on virtual machine on Linux distros, we have to say sudo apt install keypass.x. So okay, I'm checking for there is nothing. Sudo apt install keypass.x. Also make sure to interpret the download command and download KeyPass database for your host. If you're using Kali, make sure the Kali user owns database file before you open it. Otherwise, locked database give you incorrect results. Although persistence will only be discussed in the next room, you might be good time to create local account TryHackMe server run and grant admin rights so you have good foothold. Since this is not really needed for rest of tasks, if you want to do this, you will need to be bit research on this yourself. Okay, what is exploitation used to open the KeyDBX credential database? This is KeyPass.x. And then what interpreter command we use for system user contacts? This is a majority. No, this is not KeyPass. Yes. What is password for credential database? I have no idea. You just have to be looking into the add case scan down one more time. Yes, guy, we got in here the password, and this is our just hit shift. So I'm just gonna show you like this. What we're doing is the user he just actually here to be press the shift and giving here to password. I'm really sure now. Sure, me will guess my password and say here escape file. So that means there is an or password. We getting keylogin here and then save it password like that. So now I think we can actually here and then save this password. This is for travel local, right? Travel or something like that. I have no idea. Travel local, yes. and then yep, this is passwords. Copy selection. Alright, what is value of flag store in credential database? You may need download keypass and open credential database. If you don't see any flags, you may have downloaded the wrong database. Make sure to search for keypass database associated with user wiki logins. So okay, also make sure to interpret the download command to download keypass database. Alright, if I'm gonna say download here, what we're giving it with download commands. Alright guys, we got in here the task 5, exploiting Active Directory user while we is using keypass X and getting the interpreter shell, and get here the password. So we getting the password and let's save it before, if you remember, and giving the new password to travel locale before. And then now time to be using exploiting GPOs. And GPOs, that means that we have to be exploiting the here groups on this Active Directory. So alright, are we gonna be using Mimisi here? Okay, I think we have to be running here to X3RDP or Ramina. So we just have to be giving here management server and then adding here the administrative groups and this what's exploiting certificates with Mimikatz and domain trust and conclusion here. So alright, so exploiting GPOs. Although there are several ways on GPOs can be exploited, we will stick to a simple solution of adding Active Directory account with control both of local administrator, local remote desktop user groups. This will allow use administrative privilege on TryHackMe server to enable T on RDP. We could also use the exposed SSH port, but many organizations are upgrading proving SSH access. Hence, RDP access conversion or the remote techniques like SMBA exec are safer. So, in order to modify GPO, we needed the access group policy management as the Active Directory user has relevant permission. We could RDP the TryHackMe server one as the user. Okay, we could RDP into TryHackMe server as the user, but to make kick the user of the active session, raising suspicion. Instead, we will RDP into TryHackMe work 1 for either normal user tier 2 admin accounts. With tier 2 admin accounts, right? Okay. Inject the Active Directory user credential into memory using run as command and open Mimisi to modify GPO. For a recap, run as command. Refer to enumerating Active Directory room, however the recurrent command is also. So I think we have to be using for this the Gaddings RDP here, looking for TryHackMe work 1 IP addresses. Alright, we have to be go there and give this. Alright, 10 dot, 200 dot, and 79 dot, and 248. So okay, alright, that's cool. Now we have to be accessing here with tier 2 admin. I'm just gonna be use this. And username will equal this, and this password will be equal this, and the domain ZA TryHackMe.log. Okay. Yes, it's giving us to access on the Windows desktop here. And then now we have to be checking for MIMC here, right? Yes. So before do this, we have to be go here to CMD. Alright, let me say just CMD to here. And okay. Run as net online only to user za TryHackMe log with active directory Tony Wilson. Wilson and then cmd.exe. Enter password for the TryHackMe Tony Wilson is Corpus. Yes. Okay, we're getting on the cmd.exe running as the TryHackMe Tony Wilson here, right? So now once we provide the password associated with account to verify you provide the correct credential, you can run there. That's the TryHackMe system. We newly spam the command prompt window. We can start Microsoft Management Console, but before do this, we have to be checking for the system value is over there. I'm just gonna say dir // za TryHackMe log from the system volume like that. Yes, we are on the za TryHackMe Windows system domain regarding here the junction. So now I think we can starting MIMC to here with running as the za TryHackMe log Tony Wilson. So alright, we have to be using like that actually. Yes, now that's fine to using. So MIMC screenshot, we want to be group policy management snap-in. So go here to click file and then add remove snap-in, what we were doing before. Selecting group policy management, we just have to be checking for group policy management. And what's this? Alright, we select it and then click add. Yeah, we're adding here and then okay. So there is a group policy management is over there if you can check it. So alright, for example, they're looking like this. There is no za TryHackMe.log. Into the domain and then yes, we're getting keys za TryHackMe.log command is like that. So that means that we can use it with for credential. Oh my goodness. Yep. So it will be fine. Now let me get bigger. So alright, that's fine now. Now there is an za TryHackMe.logs groups is over there to, for example, admins, domain controls, groups, people and servers. So we just have to be looking for the here and looking for the default. Now is go for servers and then looking for the management server here. So there's just one management server is over there. And then what we're checking for, we can right click GPOs and select edit. This will open a new group policy management editor window. So alright, right click your GPO is over here, that's right. So, but this is not giving us the group policy, the management editor window here. So, group policy management editor, we have to go. We can right click on GPO and select edit. So we just have to be GPO like there and say edit, but we cannot say edit here. We're gonna be doing something wrong here. We can now navigate GPO that a user permission modify, servers, management servers, and management servers pushes. Yeah, it's already there. Management server. Okay. Yeah, pushes is over there. But actually we cannot adding to here management server. Say refresh. Now, in order to add or recount local groups, we need to perform the following steps: expand computer configuration, expand policies, expand window settings, expand security settings. Well, management pushes. Okay. Close. Now we actually hear this is not good. Are we getting here the lost connection? Why? What? What's wrong? And let's look up. Oh my god. You lost connection. Let me reset. What's wrong, bro? Yeah, 10 dot 200 dot up like that. Why we lost connection? Oh my god. we can connection guard. Okay, this will be the part 2 to explain Active Directory, guy, and this is of end of the video.